Hello everyone, it's Kim here at Hancock Homestead and Gardens, and I am going to start part 3 of my trip to Pennsylvania. After making the original taping, I realized it was quite long and I'm only able to upload 15 minutes at a time, so I had to break it down into parts. So we are getting ready to start part 3, and in this part I'm going to show you our quick trip to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and what we saw at the chocolate factory, and also some of the souvenirs that we picked up along the way on our trip. All right, here we go. And so the next morning we got up and we were like, okay, we're gonna go to Hershey, Pennsylvania to see the Hershey chocolate factory. And it wasn't but maybe like a half hour away from where we were staying. So we drive to the Hershey's chocolate world factory and we park our car, and there are buses, school buses, one after another, just lined up everywhere in this parking lot. And Jody looked at me and I looked at Jody because we're like, oh, the crowd, you know, all these kids. And Jody was like, well, you know, we're here, let's go. So we both get out of the car and we walk towards the chocolate factory, and we walk in. When you walk in, you get to the gift shop area first, and there were kids everywhere. It was like National Pennsylvania School Field Trip Day. I think every school within like a 100-mile radius had to have been at Hershey chocolate factory. And so we were like, okay, you know, we took a couple of pictures to prove that we were there, and then we left because we were like too many people. But it was, you know, it was a cool thing to see. So I thought I would share with you a couple of the souvenirs that we got. Like I said, I got my grandson the hat. For myself, I bought myself this little Christmas ornament, handcrafted Christmas ornament that looks kind of like a quilt, made like a quilting material. My sister bought me this a heating mat that you put hot food on, and I really wish that this camera had smell because it's got the most beautiful cinnamon smell, and when you put something hot on it, the heat even releases the smell even more, and it's just beautiful. And of course, as most of you can probably tell, I'm hooked on apples. I have an apple theme going on here in my dining room. First of all, being a teacher, apples kind of go along with that theme, and then we have an apple orchard, so I've always been kind of a collector of apple things, and this has the red and green apple colors to it. And then while we were in Bird in Hand, we found these little ceramic ornaments of the traditional Amish doll. Amish dolls do not have faces, because the Amish believe that it is vanity to show faces. So if you ever see an Amish doll, they will not have a face to them. And we actually met the artist who designed these and does the designs for a whole set of different Amish characters. If you guys know the Precious Moments, you've probably have seen those little figurines. Well, this artist does something similar to that, except she does it with the Amish characters. And we got to meet her. She was just absolutely wonderful. This is mine. This is the one I bought me, and it has her autograph on the back. The artist autographed them for us while we were there. And this is what I bought as a souvenir for my daughters, Karen and Katie, and then Edna. And these are their souvenirs. And then for my son and my son-in-law, I got them pins that just say Amish country because, I don't know, guys don't seem to get into souvenirs, and I figure they can, you know, always use a pin. But I want to show you what I got my brother for Christmas. But since my brother hardly ever watches my videos because he's so busy, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Because I just think it's beautiful. It is a Christmas ornament that has a quilting design, has been quilted over the top of. And when we were at the visitor center, we saw some of the most beautiful Amish quilts. And later on the trip, I even bought myself a t-shirt that has the different Amish quilts on it. And but anyway, this is for my brother for Christmas. So, okay. And then something else that I got for myself was we were in this shop and they had these beautiful cards, and I don't know if you can see, but it's an Amish quilt. This is the wedding ring quilt, and it has two little kittens down here. And then this card has an Amish quilt with the birds at the top. And then this one just has an Amish scene. And what I plan on doing is buying a frame that has 3 5x7 openings, and I'm going to put these cards in so that they're going to be like a framed display in that 5x7 photo frame. So, and hang that on my wall as memories, because I just love the quilts, which the quilts are reasonably priced, but they were still too expensive for me. And I actually have quite a few quilts because my grandmother quilted, and I have a quilt from her from my wedding, and my mother used to quilt, and so I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of her quilts. So I do have quilts from the family, but I did just, you know, I love birds and I love quilts, and I just thought, you know, these cards were so cute and they'd make a nice wall hanging. Okay, I found that I like to collect postcards too, so I picked up several postcards along the way, like of the Amish bridges and stuff, and you know, bird in hand. But this one is probably one of my favorites because it says the bees of Amish country, and the bees would be bare feet, barns, bridges, and bonnets. So yeah, I just had a wonderful time on that trip, and you know, I just I'm so excited to have shared my experience with you, and I hope you found it interesting to listen to. I'm sorry if this got a little long, but yeah, I'm just so excited to share it. So this is Kim at Hancock Homestead and Gardens saying bye for now.